soil, not the plants. Okay? It's growing the soil actually. Biodynamics, it's not about what you grow, it's about how you grow.
When I teach them aquaculture,
Yeah.
I tell them that aquaculture is aquaculture, you're growing the water,
Right.
and the fish.
So it's the same,
The same.
just the same. What I'm going to do with this piece of land until we will get the rest of our land that it is going to be just a regular fields in the Araba. The plan for this land, and we're now working on it to finalize it, is having surrounded, it's like a triangle, right? It wasn't like very square. I like it, that it's not very, even though I'm a mathematician, I don't like squares, I like crazy. So the idea is to surround it with trees. So the first tree is, you cannot escape from it in the Araba, the palm trees, right? The dates. So it will be palm trees, but two varieties, not just one. And in between the trees, I plan to put more trees. Olive trees, pomegranates, trees that are more native to the land of Israel and that can live here quite happily without too much of infrastructure. Maybe the dates will give it the right amount of shade. If it will grow one pomegranate between two palm trees, maybe it will work.
The
And
dates will grow taller and the other trees are shorter, yeah?
Yeah, so it will be like a canopy, right? But it's not going to be like an orchard of dates, that it is going to be without sun because it's only one or two rows. So every tree will get the sun, right? It's not blocked. Not like
It's not a plantation, okay?
it's not like this. Ta 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 ta. No. What we are going to do, we're going to take this land and we're going to put the trees here on the surface.
Yeah.
Okay? So it can be a wind block, right?
Yes.
And it can be a hideaway from the other farmers. They don't see the crazy things that I'm going to do and talk about me. They will. No worries.
They're already talking.
And your staff will sleep very good.
And then here inside, well, let's talk about the most important thing. It's the heart. Okay, a body cannot be without a heart. So this place here in the center is going to be, well, it's not going to grow anything that I will sell on purpose. It's going to be a heart, maybe some male trees of the dates. You know, here all the trees are females.
Yes.
For me, it's too much females around. I don't know about you, but for me, it has to have a balance. So I think maybe here it's a good place to put some males, male date trees. Maybe some casuarina. Do you know casuarina tree? Casuarina. You know it?
Don't know.
It's a very strong tree. It fixes nitrogen very good to the soil. It's a smart tree, but it gives no fruit that I can sell. But it gives shade. I can use some shade. And this is also a heart for, you know, maybe sitting down and relaxing. For me, it's also important. When I come to the field and work, I want to have some place where I can
Yes.
sit down
Soldado.
and observe and enjoy, and maybe some water, a small pool of water for life inside from the heart. So we have the outside and we have the inside, and here I want to grow herbs for tea. To start with, to make tea, dry leaves, not the tea leaves, but like I showed you, this desert plant that we drink for tea, I want to grow it. I take the seeds all the time, I collect them, and I want to grow more leaves like mint and ese limon, lemongrass.
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 Yeah, lemongrass. I would really like to.
Yeah, and it grows well here. It's like a weed. So many leaves that I can dry. I have the sun for free, right? I can dry and mix the desert leaves with the normal leaves and make some. Maybe it will work. Maybe it will be tasty. So it's going to start with tea, infusions, and then later on maybe with some spices. It because the desert has a lot of good spices that I like. Have you ever tried za'atar in Israel? It's a very common spice in Israel.
Fried. You can buy in the shop za'atar.
Exactly.
Yeah, it's with little, we put it with sesame seeds. You see, it's a combination of the dry,
Mixed.
yeah. So there are different varieties of this plant in the desert, wild, that gives very different desertish flavor, kind of. So that's the idea of what we're going to grow. But it's not only for me about growing and also biodynamic. It's not only about growing, it's about a community. I live in a community. I live in the Arava, I live in Idan. Is it a business that I go to, like my office? I open the door, I work, I close the door, I go out. For me, I don't like to think about it like this. So I want children from the school to come and work, not just, we're tourists, we're coming here to visit, do you have something really fun we can do?
So
No,
next
no.
time you come with working clothes.
Yeah, if I have something ready. But I have a plan for 7 year, not year 7 in school. You know, they're already high school. They're 13, 14 years old.
Yeah.
They're supposed to come every 2 months on Thursday because they have to rest after it on Friday and Saturday. Their bones are going to hurt. Okay, that's the idea. I want them to work in the world. I want them not to do just little things, really work and feel the soil and look at the plants and understand that our food is not growing in the supermarket on the shelf. Okay, you have to realize the process, how it works, how it grows. What are you putting inside your body? Where did it come from? So that's about the plan, and also many other community activities that I have in mind, but nothing is already set, so I don't want to just say and not do it. Biodynamics. I told you biodynamics is a 100 years old system of agriculture. It's a more holistic approach in a way than the modern agriculture, because if we look underneath the soil, here in this row of plants, if I could look like 10 centimeters, if it was
Between them.
clear,
Yeah.
will I see one plant, one plant, one plant, one plant? Like the roots, will they be separated?
Or they
No,
touch each
no.
other.
Oh, yes.
They touch each other. You cannot differ. If you did not see this, but you look from the inside, well, in the field, maybe in a greenhouse, maybe less, but in the nature, you cannot differ the roots of one plant from another. Okay? So I have to see what is the living organism of this place. You did the leaf, you did this plant, you did this whole place, or maybe even the neighbor's soil. I have to realize what is a living organism, and I look at it as a living thing, the soil. And if I put minerals in the soil, what do I do for it? Do I help it, or do I maybe make like an asthma, you know, asthma? When people are
Yeah.
having
Yeah.
difficulty, they can
Yes, we
breathe
know.
in, but they cannot breathe out.
Yeah.
Yes,
So maybe the minerals are doing the same for the soil in a way, because the roots, well, it's a lot of biology behind it, but it's a different way of maybe one sentence that I will say about it. I think for many, many thousands of years, or 10,000s of years, the human being, they were sitting in the world and observing the world, right? Observing the sky, the stars. And that's why we have the constellation. People looked at the sky and they found the rhythms, right? The rhythm that is every year happening the same. Every month, the moon is going, there is no moon, there is full moon, there is no moon, and it's the same pace, right? It's the same thing. And the moon is coming up along the year in different constellations. Does it mean anything? Maybe not. Maybe it does. Do you know how the moon affects the earth?
Yes.
How does it?
Something, the moon, full moon, is absorbed from water from the ground, and less, not moon, water low.
Goes down.
Yes.
Yeah.
Low
So
down.
also in the plant.
Yes.
If
For
you
the
will
plant.
cut a plant in a full moon, the leaves will be watery.
Yeah.
If you will cut it with no moon, it will be a bit drier. So maybe it's very little difference, but maybe it makes a huge difference when do I put this plant in the soil. If I want the water in the soil, or do I want it in the plant, or maybe it's something to think about, right? And if the moon affects the earth, maybe other stars also affect us. Who knows? So biodynamic is looking not only about my field, but understanding that I'm a part of maybe a bigger thing, maybe in a spiritual way, maybe in a technical, maybe in a biological or physical way. You choose it, right? And maybe this ancient knowledge that people observed for so many years, maybe they did understand something, but I think that modern science, many times it comes and what does it say? For the way that I see modern science, I adore science, I love science, I love to learn science, but I think there is something missing in science. Because what we did is we took the microscope and we observed through the microscope most of the world today. If we look at the plants, we know NPK, right?
Yeah.
But if we look at humus, you know what humus is? Okay, the biological matter, the organic matter in the soil. If you will take a plant and you will put it in a jar of humus and you will bury it, well, not here, in your jungles and your fertile soil, and you will not water it or anything, you will just let it be. And after a few months you will take it out, you will see no humus is left. Because the plant took all the humus and got all its NPK from the humus. So in biodynamic we say that NPK should not come from the water. It should be soluble, but from the humus and not from the water. So we should grow the soil, we should grow the humus.
And not pure NPK.
And not pure NPK, because I cannot be as smart as a plant and know when exactly does it need the N or the P or the K. It is smarter than me. I mean, come on. So I have to give him the right conditions, and it's my responsibility to take care of this soil so my children, if they will want, or the next generation, whoever will want, will be able to work the same soil and not move to another plot because this soil, I ruined it. I'm not saying in any way that what is done here is wrong. I'm saying it's not my way. I'm saying that I think about it differently. I want to do it differently. If I will succeed, you see, I have no experience. My hands are still very white, right?
Yeah.
I'm just starting. Until now, I did everything here theoretical. But now it's on my shoulders to prove it to my neighbors that are talking about how strange I am.